Pictures of mallard ducks. A male mallard in breeding plumage is instantly recognizable and unmistakable. The bright yellow bill contrasts with his iridescent green head, which is bordered by a white collar. The chest is a rich chestnut and leads to grayish-white underparts. The back is grayish-brown, and the blue speculum on the wings is bordered by thick white lines. The rump and undertail covers are black and contrast with white outer tail feathers, and the legs and feet are a bright orange. Female mallards are far less colorful than mallard drakes. Their plumage is an overall mottled brown buff, with light centers to the largest feathers on the back and less distinct speckling on the underparts. Hens have a bright orange bill smudged with black or gray, but the nail on the tip of the bill is always black. A hen's chin and throat tend to have less speckling, and they have a clear face pattern with a dark eye stripe and dark crown. Their wings also show the blue speculum bordered with thick white lines, and their rump, tail, and undertail covers are buff with brown speckles. Like the drakes, their legs and feet are bright orange. Mallards can be found in a wide range of habitats, and they are one of the few duck species that will remain in an area even through winter, so long as there is open water for foraging. Winter mallards can often be found in urban parks or near large bodies of water, and they will stand on the ice or huddle into the snow when not feeding. In extreme northern areas, mallards will migrate, but only as far south as they need to find a suitable location to spend the winter months. A large group of ducks is called a raft, and mallards frequently form large roosting colonies in the winter. This is not only a protection measure against predators, but also because favored food sources and open water are more scarce. Because mallards are so widespread, they often crossbreed with other duck species, including escaped domestic ducks. This hybridization can create unique plumage colors and indistinct markings that make identification difficult. Hybrid mallards may have a creamy buff or olive brown plumage, or may show splotches of white or black in unexpected places. They may also have odd tufts of feathers around the head, wings, or tail. In flight, the iridescent blue or purple speculum on a mallard's wing is clearly visible. It is found on the secondary flight feathers along the trailing edge of the inner half of the wing, and is thickly bordered by black and white on the top and bottom. While the speculum may not be visible on standing or swimming birds depending on their posture, it is always seen in flight. The amount of light, however, can affect the exact color of the speculum and how brilliant it appears. Mallards are dabbling ducks that tip up to feed by foraging in shallow water for aquatic plants, insects, mollusks, and crustaceans. They may also feed along the surface by dipping their bills into the water without fully submerging their upper bodies. Because of this feeding preference, mallards prefer shallow freshwater habitats such as ponds, lake edges, swamps, marshes, and slow rivers. Mallards are the most familiar dabbling species, but other dabbling ducks include American black ducks, northern pintails, gadwalls, American widgeons, northern shovelers, and several species of teals. Because mallards are common in urban parks, many people visit parks to feed them bread, crackers, chips, popcorn, or other bread-like scraps. Feeding ducks bread is bad, however, because bread products do not provide adequate nutrition. Bread is junk food to ducks and can cause unhealthy weight gain that will inhibit the bird's ability to fly properly, and poor nutrition can also lead to other health problems. Overfeeding bread, which is common at parks, can also attract rodents and lead to bacterial diseases as the bread rots and clogs the waterway. Though mallards are not considered threatened or endangered, that does not mean they are not subject to a variety of dangerous threats. Many mallards are exposed to hazardous chemicals, particularly in urban or suburban areas, including oil, pesticides, fertilizers, and herbicides. These chemicals can coat their plumage, and the birds will ingest the toxins as they try to preen away the contamination. This can lead to poisoning, illness, and death. Mallards can nest in many unusual locations, including planter baskets, flower beds, or brush piles, even close to human habitation. Regardless of the location, however, a mallard's nest is typically well concealed in brush or plants, and it is lined with down the female will pluck from her own breast. Other nesting materials include leaves, sticks, grasses, and twigs. On rare occasions, mallards may nest above the ground on roofs, ledges, or in hollow trees, but most mallard nests are at ground level and near water. Mallard chicks are precocial, which means they hatch covered with down and are ready to leave the nest almost immediately. Even young hatchlings can swim immediately, and the hen will lead her chicks to water soon after hatching. It is not uncommon to see a mallard hen attempting to cross a street with a dozen or more chicks in tow. Drivers should be cautious of ducks nearby in spring and summer, particularly near ponds, rivers, and swamps. Once in water, the young chicks will begin to forage on insects, seeds, and grasses. Within a few days, the chicks will also be dabbling to feed beneath the surface. Mallard chicks will remain with their mother until ready for their first flight, which can take 42 to 50 days. During that time they grow progressively more independent, but will still rely on her guidance to be led to food sources and away from danger. Older ducklings are bolder and will venture further from their mother's care, but frequently return to the family to rest or roost at night. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more interesting videos. And please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm.